Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryankaravavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
कुरुध्वन जन यौवन गर्भं हरति निमेषात् सर्वम् मायामयमिदमखिलं बुद्ध्वा ब्रह्मपदं त्वं प्रविशदित्वा दिनयामिन्यौ सायं प्रातः शिशिरवसन्तौ पुनरायातः कालः क्रीडति गच्छत्यायुः कदपि न मुञ्चत्याशावायुः काते कान्ता धनगतचिन्ता वातुलकिं तव नास्ति नियन्ता त्रिजगति सज्जन संगतिरेका भवति भवार्णवतरणे नौका जटिलो मुण्डी लुण्ठितकेशः काषायाम्बर बहुकृतवेषः पश्यन्नपि च न पश्यति मूढो क्षुदरनिमित्तं बहुकृतवेषः अङ्गं गलितं फलितं मुण्डं दशनविहीनं जातं तुण्डम् वृद्धो याति गृहीत्वा दण्डं तदपि न मुञ्चत्याशापिण्डम्
Clarification. You had said removing ego means to be supported by the divine. The other's onslaught externally can never hurt you. With this statement, does the word self-respect has an existence of its own, or is ego hiding in the word self-respect? Again, the question. Statement. Removing ego means to be supported by divine. The other's onslaught externally can never hurt you. With this statement, the question is in relation to self-respect. Does the word self-respect has an existence of its own, or is ego hiding in the word self-respect? Answer. In the word self-respect, ego is not hiding Allah. It is pratyaksha. It is so well seen. Where is the ego hiding in self-respect? It is ego, that's all. Where is the ego hiding behind self-respect? What is self-respect? What is the meaning of the word self-respect? You respect yourself, or you want others to respect? What does respect means? What is the meaning of the word respect? When do you respect anybody? You can love a lot, you respect a lot. You can be friendly with a lot, you can be affectionate with a lot, you can be respectful to a lot. Now, respect comes from when? Respect comes only when they have done something respectful. isn't it? They should have done something meaningful. They should have done something respectful. Then you respect. Are you able to follow? Does respect come because of old age? My God, can't handle old people, no. So respect is not, it is not, so old age is not respect. Under what all circumstances you respect anybody? Respect means reverence, correct? Respect means reverence. Reverence means a looking up to, devotion. So respect, reverence, looking up to, devotion, all are used synonymously. When all these are used synonymously, instead of respect, use the word looking up to. When will you look up to? When will you look up to anybody? Okay, I'll give you an example. You want something, somebody else is having what you want. Will you have respect to that person? Hmm? You want something, somebody else is having it. Hmm? Will you have respect to that person? What will you want to do? Snatch it away, no? Correct? So, so if somebody has lot of wealth, will you respect that person? If you want wealth, and if that wealth is with somebody else, what will you want to do? You will respect and say, wow, he's a great human being, he's got a lot of wealth, I prostrate to him, I'm happy for him. Will you say that? Don't be cinematic, don't be dramatic. Adallam cinema la it happens. In real life, it just doesn't happen. Why? Because respect doesn't come by the achievement of others. அதெல்லாம் drama, சினிமால தான் நடக்கும். Somebody has achieved something great, you respect them. All that is too superficial. All that is too dramatic, cinematic. Real life and cinema doesn't. சினிமானாலே என்ன அர்த்தம்? Falsehood, isn't it? More falsehood the movie is, more attractive it is. More realistic it is, your life itself is that. No, why you want to go and sit in that movie again? Isn't it? Therefore, what is respect? Under what circumstances you will respect? Under what circumstances you will respect? They should have done something beneficial. Only when something beneficial is done for the sake of somebody, you respect. Correct? If all along they have been living a life of selfishness and self-centeredness, will you respect? Let it be your own father, let it be your own mother, let it be your own partner, let it be your own children. They have been living a life of selfishness and self-centeredness. Will you respect them? Will you respect them? You will be affectionate, but you cannot show that reverence, looking up to. It means respect, looking up to comes only when you have done something. Only when you have done something meaningful. Something meaningful means unselfish. So respect comes to those who are unselfish by nature. Are you able to follow? Now, if you have to respect yourself, same rule applies. If you have to respect yourself, what is the same rule? You have to become unselfish. Unselfishness and ego doesn't coexist. You can't be an egoistic, unselfish person, isn't it? Egoistimnale, selfishness is predominant there. Therefore, when you have become less and less selfish, you start looking up to yourself. That is respect. That's called self-respect. Are you able to follow? So, formula, respect comes when somebody is unselfish. When somebody has turned selfless, it's out of our radar. We can't even understand that. That's why I'm not using the word selfless. I'm using the word unselfish because selflessness is not understandable. Unselfish, we can understand. So, somebody who has done unselfish work will be respected. Similarly, if you have to respect yourself, you should have led an unselfish life. Always remember this. You can never respect yourself because deep down, you know it. Are you able to follow? Deep down, you know it. What is it that you know? Udara nimittam bahukrita veshaha. Verse number 14. You know it deep inside. Why are you doing this? Respect will never come. I will follow verse number 14. Udara nimittam bahukrita veshaha. Udara nimittam bahukrita veshaha means the falsehood, the hypocrisy. Anybody who is not hypocritical, anybody who doesn't have falsehood, you respect that person. Are you able to follow? Somebody is being hypocritical, falsehood. Will you respect that person, or will you respect somebody who is honest and straightforward? Who will you respect? Honest and straightforward. Correct? So to respect, certain virtues has to be there. Only when certain virtues are there, respect comes. When those virtues aren't there, respect will not come. Isn't it? Demanding partner versus unselfish partner. Who will you respect? Unselfish partner. Very, very simple. Demanding partner is suffocating. Are you able to follow? So, is ego hiding behind self-respect? You have not understood what respect is. That's why the questions. You have not understood what respect is. You have not understood what is self-respect. In the way that we are talking about, in the way that general human, a very ordinary human being understands self-respect, it is nothing but ego. Nothing but ego. Because they go on magnifying their small little deeds in their head and they think they are so great. Are you able to follow now? Every human being would have done some small deeds. They magnify in their head so much that they start thinking that nobody in the world can be as unselfish as them. Not only they are unselfish, nobody is recognizing their unselfishness also. Isn't it? Not only I am unselfish, sir, nobody around me recognizes that also. Isn't it? How can virtues and higher not be recognized? It will be recognized. Are you able to follow? Therefore, self-respect means a life of virtues. A life of virtues, life of unselfishness. That's why I'm giving various examples. Even the same verse number 14 that we are currently studying is talking about the practitioners. I'm moving into the verse. Question is answered. Venkat. இப்போ வருஷக்குள்ள போறோம். Verse number 14, I'm moving into the verse now. Answer is done. Hmm? जटिलो मुण्टीलुञ्चितकेशः काषायाम्बरबहुकृतवेषः. Why he is calling them as Vesha? Why he is calling them as Vesha? Last week I was reading one of other things on Bhaja Govindam. There is in the same verse. When does destruction started? When does destruction started? Human beings causing destruction. Are you able to follow the question? When does human being When does human being started causing destruction? According to the Christian mythology. Concept is the same. Doesn't matter who says it. Concept is the same. According to Christian mythology, Father in heaven. Christian mythology, Father in heaven. First son name is, you know the name of the first son, no? Adam. Second son. First son, Adam. Second son, Cain. Destruction started from him. Cain. Cain is his name. Destruction started from him. And he started inaugurating destruction. He's the starting point of destruction, inauguration of destruction. What is the destruction? At that point of time, humanity stopped deserving respect. From that point of time, humanity stopped deserving respect. So what did Cain do? With minimum work, he wanted to fill his belly all the time. Look at that. With minimum work, he wanted to fill his belly all the time. What in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Arjuna, you don't belong to that Cain category. He says, no, Bharata Rishabha. He says, you don't belong to that Cain category. So there are two categories you can have. One is the Cain category. Another is the Bharata Rishabha category. Now, will you respect the Cain category or Bharata Rishabha category? Bharata Rishabha, you understand. Yeah. What is Bharata Rishabha? Okay, Cain philosophy. Zero labor, minimum labor, maximum returns. Yeah, 10x, 20x, 30x, 100x, infinite x. Yeah, other Cain philosophy. Bharata Rishabha has Bharata Rishabha types allam. I don't know why they still exist in this planet. We don't know, but they also exist. What is Bharata Rishabha category? Maximum work, minimum profit. Respect comes to whom? To the first category or the second category? By default, second category. Are you able to follow? By default, respect always comes to whom? Respect always comes to the second one. Falsity is human nature. Being falsehood. False. In every field, there is falsehood. Yeah. There can be a fake politician. There can be a fake teacher. There can be a fake policeman. False. In false business, in every field of activity, there can be a falsity. Shankaracharya field of activity is spirituality. Therefore, he gave examples from spirituality. And people started interpreting these verses only these false people exist only as though in spirituality, and rest of the field are all right. In every field of activity, there is a whole lot of false people. Wherever this exists, wherever this philosophy exists, human being will sink. He says human being must sink into immoral, unethical, uncultured, barbarous ways. What is the philosophy? The Cain philosophy. Udara nimittam bahukruta veshaha. Why the person is putting up an act of being a politician for the sake of the belly? Why does the person putting up an act of a policeman for the sake of belly? Doing all the falsehood in that. What is implied in that is doing everything that is wrong, false, unethical. There can be politicians, there can be policemen, there can be teachers, there can be temple priests, there can be the so-called sannyasis. What can we do with them? What do we do with them? What can be done with these people? You know what can be done with these people? You can't put them behind bars. You can't punish them. Why you can't put them behind bars? The person who's putting them behind bars is also guilty of the same crime. Yeah. Then what do we do with such people? In every field of activity, falsehood exists. Hypocrisy, falsehood exists in all fields of activity. And falsehood is because of what? Easy way to fill the belly. What is falsehood? Easy way to fill the belly. That's all it is. Find out a quick method, find out an easy method to fill the belly. What can you do with such people? He gives a beautiful answer. What can we do? What can you do with such people? And these people form the majority. One thing is you bring a social revolution, change the entire society, idealistic world, utopia, all that is so again cinematic. Yeah. One messiah will come, one reformer will come. Yeah. Telugu audience, one Mahesh Babu will come, isn't it? No, I don't know. I'm seeing audience. I'm also watching. Yeah, Mahesh Babu, I watched yesterday. Something will happen. Nothing happened. Tamil audience, endless list we have. Nothing is happening. And so one person, one messiah, somebody will come and change the whole lot. That possibility also doesn't exist. Then what can we do with these people? What do we do with these people? We can't punish them because they just grow. How much ever you weed it out, they'll keep growing. Individually, you may choose not to be like them. Again, as an individual, you may choose not to be like them, but you can never ever weed them out. Then what do we do with them? What do we do with them? Beautiful answer he gave. We have no choice but to suffer them. Just as we suffer calamity like flood, volcanic eruptions. What can we do there? How much ever you try to mitigate flood, it keeps coming. How much ever you try to avoid volcanic eruptions, why? Because these are all unavoidable. This falsity in human being is something that is so unavoidable. What is falsity? What is udaranimiktam bahukrita veshaka? What is falsity? Falsity means the lust for things and what is the quickest way to get it. That's the falsity. Lust. Are you able to follow? Lust for things. And what is the quickest way to get it? Yeah. What is the quickest way to get a car? Take loan, that's all. Take loan. What is the quickest way to do? So, first get it. Lust. Lust drives you into doing all the immoral things. Are you able to follow? Lust drives you into doing all the immoral things. Therefore, what do? Even they will use the very highest thing in life, which is the sannyas, the ochre robe, they come and pollute that also. It means any field of activity can be polluted. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't be critical of these small 0.01% of these sannyasis around. Because they are, what is the percentage of those ochre robe people in the entire humanity? Count பண்ணலாம் எவ்வளவு பேர் இருப்பாங்க? Not even 5,000. Okay, 10,000 let us say. 10,000 versus 8 billion. So that 10,000, is it such a big problem for that 8 billion? No, in that 8 billion, fake people are existing. And they are fake. Why are they fake? Because they do everything for the sake of the belly. Udaranimittam bahukrita veshaha. What to sake of the belly means? What to sake of the belly? Without bothering about bringing the standards down, without bothering about any morality, without bothering about anything, get it. Hmm? There are two things in life. Sadhana, sadhyam. Sadhanam, sadhyam. Sadhanam means. Sadhanam na means. Means I'm saying twice. It's not two repetitive words. Sadhanam na the means. Sadhyam is the goal, the end. So means and the end. Hmm? The means and the end. Does end justify the means, or is means also as important as the end? This is the two parallel debate, eternally unsettled debate in human mind. Is does means justify the end? Robin Hood will come and tell you what? Robin Hood will come and tell you what? The means justifies the end. The means justifies the end. Mahatma Gandhi will come and tell you the means are also as important as the end. Now, who will you clap for in a movie? Robin Hood or Mahatma Gandhi? Who will you clap for? Robin Hood only. Why? Because in him we see us. So when we are clapping for Robin Hood, we are not clapping for him. We are clapping at ourselves, because I am also of the same belief. What? As long as you get to the end, whatsoever means you adopt, it is okay. Why? Because we have a weird philosophy. Success erases all wrongdoings. We have a very weird philosophy in our head. What is that weird philosophy? Success erases all wrongdoings. All that you have to do is what? Become successful. Once you have become successful, that's it. Whatsoever you do to attain success becomes the whatsoever you do to attain success becomes the standard. Does success erase all wrongdoings? In this classroom, we belong to the second category. We say no. The means are also as important as the end, because you can never take up to the wrong means and come to the right end. Are you able to follow? You can't have a selfish means to have an end of happy life. Are you able to follow how it doesn't work? You can't have a selfish life, which is the sadhyam. Which is the sadhanam. The selfish means of living is the sadhanam, hoping that one day I'll be happy. So wanting to be happy is the end. Yeah. Selfishness is the path to be happy. Does it work like that? It just doesn't work like that. And how much ever in the classroom we'll say it doesn't work like that, after the class is over, we'll go back to that only. Udaranimittam bahukrita veshaha. Udaranimittam bahukrita veshaha. Therefore, remember this. What is it that you have to remember? The mind is so dangerous it is. You don't know. Mind is so dangerous. Child is very dangerous. You know that, no? Child is very dangerous, correct? Unguided, untrained, undisciplined child, is it adorable or dangerous? Is untrained, unguided, indisciplined child adorable or dangerous? They are dangerous to themselves. They are dangerous to themselves and dangerous to everybody around. isn't it? That is why every parent is worried about their children because of what? Because of this reason. Are you able to follow? So mind is the human mind is like that child, not that adorable child. So whenever we say child, you think the adorable child, Juju, you see the child for 5 minutes, you feel like Juju, etc. All that, isn't it? Isn't it? You will play with the child. I have seen it any number of times. Yeah, you'll play with the child. When the nappies has to be changed, the child will be taken 2 feet away and given it to somebody. Correct? Uh, Everybody does it. So, and in the 2 minutes, they all think they are so unselfish in life, isn't it? In that 2 minutes, when they say Juju, Buju, and all that to the child, they think, oh, I love children, sir. I say, oh, you love children, change the nappies. Change the nappy, then you will know whether you love them or not. You can't stand it. Now, what love is that? What kind of love is that? Hmm? Are you able to follow? What kind of love is that? Mind is that dangerous. Human mind is that dangerous. Why? Because it can be so hypocritical and believe that it is honest and straightforward. That's then dangerous. At the core, it is hypocritical. But what it believes about itself, I'm very honest and I'm very straightforward. Shankara says, do not get deceived. Hypocrisy is the very old habit. Outer activity doesn't change it. What is that outer activity? In a temple, you can be hypocritical. Wearing an ochre robe, you can be hypocritical. That's what he's saying. Are you able to follow? The previous verse, he spoke about satsang, isn't it? Good association, etc. When he said what you should associate with, now he's saying what you should not associate with. On the list, the more dangerous, isn't it? What you should associate with, that list is non-existing. What you should not associate with, that's a very long list. That's what he's saying here. What you should not associate with, the falsity and hypocrisy. It will pretend to do anything for what it wants. This is hypocrisy. It will pretend to do anything for what it wants. After getting it, just dump it. It will do anything to get what it wants, isn't it? It will do anything and everything to get what it wants. After getting it, it will get bored with it. After getting it, it will get bored with it. And then what? Comes in, picks up, picks up another. And what is the last thing that the mind has picked up? Ochre robes. Right. What is the last thing that the mind has picked up? Ochre robes it has picked up. Because entertainment is in that for a while. And then it will get bored. And then it will get bored with this also. Pashyan apichana pashyati moodaha. அந்த வருஷம் தானே படிக்கிறோம் வெங்கட் கரெக்டா சொல்றேன்னா ஓகே பஷ்யன் அபிச்சன பஷ்யதி மூடக though seeing in spite of having eyes is blind. Arayana, it's such a truth it is. In spite of seeing, that person is blind. What is it? Life is determined by what you are inside, not what you wear outside. What you are from outside, others will get deceived. That is why we are so worried about wearing we are so worried about wearing a night dress, sorry, no, I'm saying right dress, and we are so worried about putting up a nice, we learn how to smile, we learn how to shake hands, we learn all this because everybody goes by what they see you from outside. Are you able to follow? And life doesn't go by what you are outside. Life goes by what you are inside. Inside, you are continuously chanting. Inside, you are continuously counting money, money, money. Outside, you are chanting. Now, two parallel chants is going on. What is the two parallel chants? Counting. Your inner personality is counting money. Yeah, counting money. I've seen so many people simply keep referring to their bank statement. I say, what is there to keep referring to the bank? I say, for what do you keep looking at your bank statements? Good. What? Nothing is happening there. Yeah. What is there? You know nothing is going to happen, isn't it? Salary is going to come only once a day. Expenses are going to happen all 30 days expenses. Imagine 30 days of income on 1 day of expense. How wonderful life it will be. And they keep looking at the bank statements and then they get so satisfied and then they do. And no, sir, just being prudent. Yes, being financial, what is called? Big words they all use. Financial, being very financially prudent, sir. Your inner core is counting money. Outside behavior, outside you are chanting Ram, 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 Ram. Yeah. Our Koil Vera Poi Katro, isn't it? Poor Rama, you could have just left him alone, isn't it? Counting money inside and going and building temple outside. This chanting is futile. This chanting will not take you anywhere. People outside may believe, wow, you are such a. People outside may believe, but deep inside, you will not respect yourself. Deep inside you, you will be hurt with yourself. Deep inside you, you will be split within yourself. How do you know that? How do you understand that? Life doesn't go by outside. Life goes by inside. You are real being. How do you understand that? What is the logic for it? What is the explanation for that? Your action is your destiny. The law of karma. The law of karma says your action is your destiny. புரியுதா? Shrikant. புரியுதா? Your action is your destiny. What you did yesterday is what you are today. Correct? There is no God sitting somewhere judging you, punishing you. Your own actions comes back to you. That's all. Are you able to follow? Your own action comes back to you. So your action, what comes back to you is the outside Vesha or your inner being. What comes back to you? Oh, Mitra, you follow? What comes back to you? Not your outer Vesha will not come back to you. Your inner being is what is going to come back to you. Are you able to follow? When your inner being comes, it comes back to you as pain, agony, misery, depression, sorrow, suffering, etc. From outside, they will say, oh my God, why this person is going through? Life is unjust, sir. This person doesn't deserve it. Supposing if nobody has access to your inner being, life will be very different from outside because from outside, everybody is good. Correct? You know, you need lot of courage to be bad outside. Lot of courage is needed to be bad outside. You know that? You know, to pick up a quarrel on the roadside, you need lot of courage because you may get slapped back. Invariably, you'll get slapped back most of the times. So from outside, you don't pick up a. So, are you able to follow? So, you are not going to be, if people are going to, if life is going to decide your mental state by what you are outside, everybody is good. Or at least everybody knows how to pretend to be good. Because our whole lifetime training is hypocritical. We train ourselves to be hypocritical and we train others also to be hypocritical. Either we are hypocritical or impulsive, that's all. Oh, that's why, sir, whatever comes to me, I will say. That is being impulsive. Either we are impulsive or hypocritical. Consequences is the same. What is the consequence? It doesn't matter. Either your inner being is very impulsive or your inner being is very hypocritical. Every moment you are deciding what you are going to go through. Every moment of your life, you are deciding what you are going to go through. If you are going through agony and pain, you have decided to go through agony and pain. Why? Because you are continuously doing action in the way that is going to result in that. But you don't see it. Why you don't see it? The Vesha makes you forget it. Udaranimittam bahukrita. That Sanskrit word Vesha is a very beautiful word. You go on deceiving yourself. Please understand, you cannot deceive anybody. If somebody is getting deceived by you, that person is not getting deceived by you. The person is wanting something from you, so temporarily pretending. That's all. As soon as that wanting is fulfilled, therefore, deceiving is always self-deception. But the blind person thinks he's deceiving others. What makes him to think he's deceiving others? Because of the Vesha. Because of the Vesha. And what he doesn't understand, the Vesha is deceiving oneself. Are you able to follow? Many a times I have said this, no? Hitler writes in his book, repeat a lie 10 times, you will start believing it as truth. Repeat a lie 10 times, you will start believing it as truth. 10 times, not 10 times, I have already have repeated it a million times already. Yeah. Repeat 10 times that you are wise and stand in front of the mirror. How you will look? You will look the wisest in the past, present, and future, isn't it? In the past, present, future, you will look the wisest you will. You cannot deceive others. You deceive self. And all this deception is for what? That's what he's asking. See, all this deception you do, for what you do this deception? You do this deception because for the sake of the belly. What is satisfying belly means? What is satisfying the belly means here? What is satisfying the belly means here? When you are hungry, I should eat. No, not that. Not that. What is satisfying the belly means here? Remember Cain. Satisfying the belly means Cain. What is Cain? What is Cain? Minimum work, maximum profit. Ideally, no work. Ideal situation of a human being is no work. Correct? In Shankara's time, also people have been living like that. No, that's why he wrote that to us. Otherwise, why will he write that to us? It means right through the humanity has not changed at all. If this verse is relevant even today, it means what has not changed? The inner aspect of the human being hasn't changed. The outer changes has happened a lot. What is the outer changes that has happened a lot? See, previously, 1500 years back, if you have to listen, you have to go to that person and sit. And how much ever he screams on top of his voice. Yeah. How much ever he screams on top of his voice. Like KB Sundarambal Mari high pitch la Sirgadi Mari high pitch la katna kuda, how far it can reach? 100 meters? Sorry, 100 feet, not 100 meters. What am I talking? 100 feet only it can reach, isn't it? So the outer, unless you are in the 100 feet vicinity of the teacher, you can't even hear. That is, assume that your hearing is sharp. More and more and more, your ears are becoming dull and dull and dull. You have to get closer and closer and closer. You have to go into the teacher also and see if there anything. Now, what is the outer? See, that was the outer then. And what is the outer now? What is outer now? Ah, Zoom, isn't it? Yeah, G Boomba madri irukudhu, isn't it? Like, the G Boomba movie, Zoom, it comes, What is the outer now? I am sitting in one place, somebody is sitting in some other place, all of them are sitting in different places and still can hear very, very clearly. Wow. The outer has changed, but the inner remains the same. That's why these verses are relevant even today. Why? Because the change of the outer has not brought about any change of the inner. Are you able to understand the difference now? Udara nimittam bahukrita veshaha. Udara nimittam bahukrita veshaha. In any field of activity, if you are hypocritical, you are putting a vesha. It can be a doctor, it can be a lawyer, it can be a politician. In any field of activity, if you are hypocritical, that is vesha. What is hypocrisy? Why do you put up hypocrisy? Because hypocrisy is an easy way to deceive others. Hypocrisy is a very easy way to deceive others, and by deceiving others, you can quickly get what you want. Are you able to follow? When two young people meet and when they fall in love, why do we call it as falling? Why do we call it as a fall? We should say two young people met and they rose in love, we should say, isn't it? And two young people met and they fell in love. And true, it's a very good, that fall is true. Why? Because both go on deceiving each other, putting up such a good front to each other. They both go on deceiving each other. And in the deception, they get carried away. And then when the truth gets revealed, destructive, violent. I got cheated. Who cheated? Shankaracharya says, Bhaja Govindam says, who cheated? You cheated yourself. Somebody had lots of money and you thought having lots of money is going to make you happy. You didn't realize money and happiness has got no connection. That man is happy not because of the money. In spite of the money, he'll be happy. So you made wrong connections, isn't it? You saw somebody having a family and you thought, wow. So if I have money, I'll be happy. If I have family, I'll be happy. If I have this, I'll be happy. If I have this, I'll be happy. And the happiness is the vesham they are putting. Are you able to follow? That happiness is the vesham they are putting, and you look at that vesham and you also get carried away thinking you will get it. And then you get it, and then to realize and say, my God, nothing happened here. Why to me, I'm very unhappy. How are they happy? Ah, very honest, straightforward answer, sir. Unfortunately, I get stuck with the wrong person. That person is having a right person, therefore they are happy. I got stuck with the wrong person, therefore I am unhappy. Yeah? This is how we go on deceiving ourselves. Are you able to follow? The self-deception. This is how we go on. This is how self-deception happens. We go on deceiving ourselves like that. Remember the law. Remember the law. Every action of yours, you are created. You create yourself. That's why he goes on saying, you make yourself, you mar yourself. You make yourself, you mar yourself. You make yourself, you mar yourself. What is this you make yourself or you mar yourself means? Every action of yours is deciding your inner nature. Every action of yours is deciding your inner nature, not the outside. If the outside is decided by that, it's different. But then no, each and every action of yours, you go on deciding what you want to be. You go on deciding what you want to be. How do you go on deciding what you want to be? By your own actions. उदरनिमित्तं बहुकृत एषः पश्यन् अपि च न पश्यति मूढः पश्यन् अपि च न च पश्यति though seeing they are not seeing though seeing they are not seeing. Hypocrisy means the inner is different, outside is different. That's all hypocrisy is. Your inner is different. Your inner core is different. The outside is, and everybody gets carried away by what? By the outer. Karma doesn't get carried away by the outer. Your mental state, the law of karma doesn't get carried away by the outer, because the law of karma knows the outer is only a vesha. You will be rewarded for your inner nature. You will not be rewarded for the vesha that you put. Satsanga means what now? Satsanga means what? Not to put that vesha. Not to put that vesha. Not to be that hypocritical. You follow? Mityacharasya uchyate, he says in the 3rd chapter. And then he expands it. Please. When I read that, I got scared. Really, I got scared when I read that. Cook food and eat sin, he says. Again, in the same 3rd chapter, he says, you cook food. When you are cooking, it is food. When you eat it, it is sin. Why? The hypocrisy. Vesha. What is that vesham? I want something from that person, so I pretend to be good. I pretend to be friendly. I pretend to be affectionate. Why? Because I want something. As soon as I get it, as soon as I gotten it, down. You follow? Okay, what is the right way? You want something the other has given. What is the right thing? What is the right thing to do? You want something the other has given you. What should you do now? What should you do? Be grateful. Be grateful in thought and in action. Up and now, at that point of time, because you have received, you know that you have received, your gratitude comes. And what does that gratitude tells you? What does that gratitude tell you? Gratitude will make you non-judgmental. Gratitude will make you non-judgmental. Otherwise, you will be judging. Are you able to follow? Gratitude makes you non-judgmental. I have received, no, so what? I have received. I have received. I have received. There, the Vesham doesn't happen. Otherwise, it is Vesham. Udara nimittam bahukrita Veshaha. See, by deceiving, what will you get maximum? You know? Correct. When you deceive, what will you get? At the most, you can get some money. Those who deceived and made money will be afraid of anybody. You know that? If anybody who has made money in a very royal, honest way will not be afraid of anybody. If you have deceived and made money, that person who has deceived and made money will be so afraid of anybody walking in because he thinks that inner being no. He knows the inner being no. Fear comes in. Anybody walks in, fear will come. What? They are here only for the money. When you deceive, what will you get? You will get some money. At the most, temporarily, some affection. Very soon, the real nature will get revealed. Isn't it? Very soon, the real nature will get revealed. What are you going to get by deceiving that money? What are you going to get by deceiving? Some money you get. What can you do with that money? Hmm? Sir, so many things can be done, sir. You don't know that. Give us money, we will tell you what all. You give us money, we'll tell you what all can be done, what all can be done with that. See, neither you can take that money with you, neither that person can take the money with him. It does not matter whether the money is in this pocket or in this pocket. That's all it is, isn't it? All human beings' relief is this. You are carrying, sometimes it happens, no? You carry water pot on your right shoulder. After a while, it pains. You shift it to the left shoulder. When you shift the water pot from the right shoulder to the left shoulder, there is a relief. Isn't it? There is a relief. But actually, what had happened? கீழே போட்டுட்டு போயிருக்கணும், isn't it? If you really wanted relief, you would have dropped it and walked. But we will not do that. We will shift it from the right shoulder to the left shoulder. Wow. Now, after a few seconds, what happens? The left shoulder starts paining. And then what do? Shift it to the right shoulder. Pashyan apijana pashyati mudaha. This is what Shankaracharya calls as mudaha. It's not going to be there useful to anybody. But, carefully follow, but by deceiving, by snatching, by desiring, your mind becomes dirty. Your mind becomes dirty. Your mind becomes perverted. Your mind becomes dirty. You have sowed the seed. What is the sword? What is the seed that you have sowed? The seed of sin, the seed of misery, the seed of pain you have already sowed. When you are sowing it, it is very pleasant. When you are reaping it, when you are sowing it, it's very pleasant. When you are reaping it, it is very unpleasant. At that point of time, what to do, sir? What to do? Great answer. At the time of reaping, what to do? There's only one thing that you can do. What? Go through it. Titiksha. At the time of reaping, you can't do anything. You can do only one thing at the time of reaping. What? Go through it. Titiksha. You follow? So previous verse spoke about satsanga. This verse spoke about in the satsanga, there can be hypocritical people. Looking at them, you avoid your hypocrisy. Don't be judgmental there. Again, correct. Don't be judgmental there. Looking at that hypocrisy, you correct yourself. You tell yourself that you don't want to be that hypocritical. Udara nimittam bahukrita vesha. அடுத்த verse படிங்க. Next verse.
अङ्गं गलितं फलितं मुण्डं दशनविहीनं जातं तुण्डम् वृद्धो याति गृहीत्वा दण्डं तदपि न मुञ्चत्याशापिण्डम् अङ्गं गलितं फलितं मुण्डं दशनविहीनं जातं तुण्डम् वृद्धो याति गृहीत्वा दण्डं तदपि न मुञ्चत्याशापिण्डम्
The body has become useless. The head turned grey, mouth rendered toothless, clasping a staff. The old man moves about, yet the mass of desires leaves not. The body has become galitam, started to go already. The body has started to go. Head turned grey, mouth rendered toothless, clasping a staff. The old man moves about, yet the mass of desires leaves not. This verse traditionally is ascribed to Astamalaka. There's another, like previous verse, we said Totaka. Now, this verse is supposed to be given by Astamalaka. He wrote a beautiful text called Hastamalikyam. Hastamalikyam means 12 verses. The condensed, the essence of Vedanta is condensed in 12 verses. Astamalaka wrote this 12 verses, beautiful 12 verses. He wrote Astamalika, 12 examples. Such a wonderful work by the student. Such a wonderful work by the student. Shankara wrote commentary on Hastamalika. You know that? Do you know the Guru writing a commentary on Sishya's work? Adi Shankara has done that. What that man didn't do? Impossible it is. You follow? See, imagine, see, you can write a book, you can write a commentary on somebody. How can you write a commentary on? Student wrote 12 verses. He wrote. On that, Shankara wrote a beautiful commentary on that also. That person has written this verse. What is it? The body has worn out. The head has turned grey. The mouth has become toothless. Old man moves about leaning on his staff. Even then, he leaves not the bundle of desires. Asha pindam. Just that pindam, it's a mass, pindam, you understand. The Sanskrit word pindam means it's a mass of, it's just one ball, it's just one mass, that's all. Asha pindam. You become, that person has become that. Why? Why? Why he continues like that? The illusion of hope. It's the illusion of hope. What is hope? The illusion of getting what you do not have. What is hope? The illusion. The illusion of getting what you do not have. What is waking up from hope? Being aware of what is. What is waking up from? But then we say, sir, if there is no hope, what is hope? One day everything will become all right. One day everything for that one day we live today, isn't it? And that one day never comes. Hope exists in the demand of what is not. Hope exists when you believe something is going to make you happy. Hope always comes from something else is needed for you to be happy. With what you have, you cannot be happy. That is hope. With what I have, I cannot be happy, contented. Impossible, sir. With what I have, I cannot be happy, content. So hope comes from where? Hope always comes from a illusion of happiness. Why do we say it's an illusion of happiness? If what you have is not going to make you happy, what makes you to think the next one is going to make you happy? You will get that one. But the hope still continues. The hope still continues. The old person lives in hope. The young person lives in hope. The rich lives in hope. The old lives in hope. The whole lot is living in this hope. What is that hope? What is that hope? I cannot be happy with what I have. Once I get it, I'll be happy. See, logically, look at the irony. Look at the irony. Carefully follow now. It will be a bit confusing, but life is full of this irony, paradox. Not that what all I'm saying is very clear. Everything that I say is confusing only. Saumitra, correct? No. But what I'm going to say now is far more confusing. See, logically speaking, look at that. Misery and anguish. Logically speaking, more misery, more anguish should kill hope. But no anguish can destroy hope. More misery, more anguish, more hope. Because anguish kindles the hope. Misery kindles the hope. Misery and anguish doesn't kill the hope. It kindles it. It kindles it. If you are happy today with what you have, with that existing, there is no hope at all in you. Because there is the contentment in what it is. Okay. Number 2, irony. Hope can disappear in happiness. Hope cannot disappear in misery and anguish. Remember that. Remember this as the law of life. Again, I repeat, the law of life. Hope can disappear in happiness. It does not disappear in unhappiness. As the misery goes on increasing, mind goes on hoping. Are you able to follow? Ganesh, புரியுதா? GD இதெல்லாம் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணாதீங்க. இல்லையா? Not meant for GD discussion. This is. இதெல்லாம் அதில் போட்ட குழப்பாதீங்க. Understand it? Don't just. You follow? Look at the irony. The seed for hope is misery. The fertile ground for hope is misery, and that hope itself becomes the seed for the next misery. Are you able to follow? So, misery, hope. And that hope becomes the seed for more misery, more misery, more misery. Because as the mind goes on creating more and more and more hopes, more and more miseries. Remember the statement that he says, when remedies are past, griefs are ended. When remedies are past, griefs are endured. Remedies are past means the doctor says nothing can be done anymore. Forget it. Take the person home. No more hopes. Habba, relief. Because the that not that you want that person to die or anything, but you know that that burden is not on your shoulders anymore. Are you able to follow? Logically speaking, anguish should kill hope. Logically speaking, misery should kill hope. No. Beggars go on hoping. Who goes on hoping? Who goes on hoping? Who lives in hope? Who lives in hope? The kings don't live in hope. Who lives in hope? The beggars. You follow? Ram Subramaniam. Purida. Who lives in hopes? The beggars. The beggar sitting with a begging bowl outside, hoping somebody is going to come and fill it. Somebody is going to come and fill it. And people are passing. People are passing. Nobody is even paying attention, isn't it? Nobody is even paying attention. You sit with a begging bowl of hope, nobody pays attention. Yes. Irony, no, isn't it? Attention should be given to the beggars, no, but life is paradoxical. Life is paradoxical. What is the paradox? The hope of tomorrow. The hope is always about the future. The future can be the next moment. The future can be the next hour, can be the next day, can be heaven also, after death also. If I do all after death, at least I'll be in heaven, no? At least after death, I can go to heaven and be happy in heaven, no? No, no, no. Even in happy, the same person will come with you. Where is it? Are you able to follow? One of the persons, it happened in Chennai. No? It happened. How the mind sees things. It happened in Chennai. He was telling me yesterday. There are those cars bigger than Rolls Royce. There is that car, no? Hey, Maybach, Matchback, I don't know, some name it has got. Huh? What is that car? Huh? Some name it has. Rolls Royce, 4 crores, 4.5 crores. Those cars. Bigger than all that we know. Bigger than all those Rolls Royce, BMW, Mercedes, Jaguars, much, much high, starting point, 4.5 crores, 5 crores, that car. What is that name? Saumitra or Shailesh? Maybach, I can't understand. I don't remember. And Narayanji, what is the name of those ones? Correct. Saumitra. You have that? I will come. If you have that, I'll come to Singapore. If you don't have it, I'm not coming. No, buy that, I'll come. Maybach, correct. What? 4.5 crores. What? You see that rolling on the floor, you feel like prostrating to that car, isn't it? 400 crores rolling on the road. No. Who wants to touch it? Who want to carry it on my shoulders? I wanted to carry. What a beautiful car. That fellow got it here in Chennai. Here it happened. In Chambakam, it happened 2 months back. Got it. Came back from office. In the middle of the night, the wife noticed some spark in the house. In a matter of 10 minutes, the whole house, the Maybachs, everything got gutted. You were saying, in a matter of 30 minutes, she was in her night dress, and this man was with his lungi. He said, in a matter of 30 minutes, we were in the lungi out. In her, he was talking all that. So, what happened? Electrical short circuit, etc. Huh? Look, now that's not the irony. That's not the story. This is not the story. From that time, anybody I meet, I kept on asking, what do you learn from this? What do you learn from this? Electricians are doing bad work nowadays, sir. Is that the lesson you learn from this? Saumitra, what is the lesson you learn from this? Electricians are doing bad work? What is the lesson you learn from this? Everything, including the Maybach, you can lose it in 10 minutes and be on the road with the lungi. With the lungi. Another person. Hope he insured the car. Hope that person has insured the car. Car is insured, no, sir? So that's what previous verse. Pashyan api jana pashyati mudaha. Those seeing, they don't see it. What is it that you are supposed to see that? In a split second, you can lose everything and come on to if you can understand the right now, you are happy, no hopes. You live a life of freedom. In that freedom, you will do what you ought to do. With that freedom, you can do what you ought to do and get everything, isn't it? In the freedom, you can do what you want to do. Opposite of that is what? What is opposite of that? Asha Pindam. That word Asha Pindam is, at least I feel like, yuck. Who wants to be that Asha? Who wants to be that Asha Pindam? Who wants to be, that lump of, even at that old age, how to get rid of it and all, I'm going to discuss next week. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Beautiful mantra, Upanishad. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. All that I am going to talk next week, how to understand it rightly. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Pariksha lokan karmachidan brahmano. The wise one has examined all this very rightly and understood everything will be lost in a split. What are you hoping about the tomorrow? What are you hoping about the next moment? What are you doing there? Living in that illusion, living in that dream. Hopes never get fulfilled because hope is a product of ingratitude. Hope comes out of ingratitude. If I am not happy with what I have now, on what basis I am assuming the next one is going to make me happy? You don't know, sir. If you get it, you will know. If you get it only, you will. Angam Galitam Palitam Mundam. So lyrical, so beautiful. The poetry. Astamalaka is real wise poetess. Look at that, So beautiful that poetry itself is. Angam Galitam Palitam Mundam. Dashana Vihinam Jatam Tundam. Vruddho Yati Grihitva Dandam. Sariyana Dandam that, isn't it? Vruddho Yati Grihitva Dandam. Dandam means what? Yes, Haryana Dandam, they say. No, Dandam means what? Like a stick. Yeah, like a stick. Shvetaketu's father saw Shvetaketu walking back. No? So like he saw him Dandam after 24 years. See, he's coming back with university gold medal, topper, all that. He's coming back with all that. And the father is saying Dandam. Yeah. Why? Because you don't know. No, you don't know. Even then, he leaves not the bundle of his desires. Even then, see, desires means hope. I have said it any number of times. Desires means hope. Desire means hope. See, desire means with what you have, you can't be happy. That's what desire. Desire, the spring of desire, the basis of desire is what? You cannot be happy with what you have. Not only you cannot be happy with what you have, that one thing can make you happy. That one thing can make you happy. That one thing, wealth can make you happy. That one person can make you Happy. That one is something. The mind pitches its. Mind pitches its. Elsewhere in the Bhashyam, no, beautifully says. When you are young, you smile because your teeth is white. When you are old, your hair is white. Look at that commentary they gave. Oh my God, I tell you. When I read all that, even then the desire didn't leave. Even then, at least some maturity should have come there. No. Even then, it doesn't. Vriddha grihitva yati dandam. He can't walk without stick. Yeah, kai kalna shaking, shivering. Yeah, no, isn't it? Full of gadgets. Yeah. Body is full of gadgets. He has to put so much of gadgets. Yeah. I'm also having one gadget in my hand, isn't it? Full of gadgets you have to put with all the asha pindam. Tatapina munchati asha pindam. Meaning what? If external transformation doesn't happen, it's okay. Internal transformation should happen. That's all. Externally, if transformation didn't happen, it doesn't make a big difference. But internal transformation should happen. And everybody is worried about the external transformation. What is the external transformation? The external transformation of name, fame, power, position, status, wealth, family, etc. All these are external transformations. And by having those external transformations, internal transformation will not. When you are young, you will try to get it to be happy. When your old body is not cooperating, what will you do to be happy? Linger. Asha Pindam. He'll be hoping, he'll be sitting and dreaming about either physical or cerebral. But happiness as such eludes human beings. Why happiness as such eludes human beings? Because remember the law. What is the law? Happiness, which is of the present, makes hope disappear. A happy person will not be a hopeful. A person who is happy will not have hopes. Unhappy person will go on building hopes. The unhappy person goes on building Asha Pindam, meaning even at that age, see, he has worked. This old man lived a full life of indulgence he has lived. After living the life of indulgence, also, he has not learned anything. He's still thinking what? Happiness in that. Asha. With this, we conclude for today. We continue next week.
Mala clarification.
Oh, sorry. I didn't notice. ஒரு hand signal போட்டுருங்க எனக்கு. I'll remember. Yeah, sorry. Mala. What is her name? In the last class, you said, I didn't say anything in the last class. Mala. No, I didn't say it. What did I say in the last? Nothing I said. Correct. Okay, anyway, she's saying I said it in the last class. Okay. In the last class, you said we should never call a cobra a wicked cobra. Correct. Cobra lives away from human habitat. Correct. And you said we should only see the good qualities in a person for our own mental well-being. Correct. I said so many things. Very good it is. But what to do with the bad qualities that affect us, like a cobra sting? We should not waste our energy trying to change them. All that I said. Till now. Now Mala's clarification. Mala is not saying. I said all this till now. Now Mala is asking. Mala is saying, I agree. Mala, I agree that it is not possible. Bhaja, she is in agreement with me now. I agree that it is not possible. Okay. Neither can we ignore their bad qualities and remain at peace like a jnani. Jnani மாதிரி இருக்க முடியல. Okay, we cannot run away if we are obligated to. If you are obligated, I cannot run away also. Neither can I ignore their bad qualities and take the sting, nor can I take the sting like Nilakanta. Nor am I able to take the sting like Nilakanta. You know Nilakanta, no? He can take everything and keep it here. Meaning, will not allow, will not. So neither am I able to be like a Nilakanta, nor can I run away because obligation. She wants to scream at me now. What to do? Wants to scream at me, shout at me. Everybody wants to scream and shout, Saumitra. No, everybody wants to scream and shout only. Yes. Now, what to do? Mala. There's only one thing that can be done. There's only one thing that can be done. Compassionate. Poor fellows, they don't know what they are doing. They're stinking because they just don't know what else to do. There is a quote by Maurice Maeterlinck, which is a formula. Happy and blessed are, Hour. Happy and blessed are. You have reached a state of happy and blessed are. When wickedness stands forth revealed as goodness bereft of a guide. A very beautiful quote by Maurice Maeterlinck. He quotes it all the time. You have reached a happy state. You have reached a happy, blessed hour. When wickedness stands forth revealed. How does wickedness reveal to you as goodness bereft of a guide? They didn't have proper guidance. Therefore, they are like that. Life will teach them. God will teach them. That's all. You don't start guiding them. Leave the guidance to the divine. Thank God I am guided. I am not like that. Are you able to follow? I am guided. I am not like that. They are not guided. They are like that. What guided you? The Shastras guided you. Therefore, wait for the Shastras to guide them also. In the interim period, what do you do? Because of your obligations, continue to do whatever you could do. Whatever you could do, continue to do. Manasam karma, vachikam karma, kayakam karma. Sometimes kayakam karma is possible. Most of the time, kayakam karma is not possible. But manasam karma, vachikam karma can continue. You follow? That's how it works. Therefore, what to do with them? Somebody said, all other species are dwindling and human population goes on increasing. What happened to all of them? He said, no, nothing has happened. Cobras are appearing like human beings. Lions and tigers have become like human beings. Hyenas and jackals and wild dogs have become human beings. Therefore, they didn't go anywhere. Only the form has changed. Only the form has changed. Still, they are the same only. Where can they go? Where will they go? We'll meet next week.